Folks, don't think you've connected to the wrong show. This is not a homemaking show. This is a gardening show, but I do have a laundry basket. And the reason why I've got a laundry basket is because I'm going to show you the easiest way to grow potatoes. And folks, think about it. The price of potatoes rockets and even skyrockets even worse, and then sometimes it crashes. But most times when we're having to buy them, it really does cost a lot of money. So why not grow your own? And don't come up with the excuse that you don't have enough space, because even if you've got a courtyard and no soil around your home, you can still grow potatoes because you're going to be able to grow them in this. Rightio, so how do we do this? You need 1 times laundry basket, which you can pick up at a plastic shop for under 20 Rand. How do I know that? Because I've done it before. So we need one of these guys. You need heavy duty black bin bags, and we've all got those at home. All you need is one. Open this baby up, as like so. Give it a good shake. That's the one. And then you're going to place that inside the laundry bag, just like that. All right, then you're going to take some newspaper and open up the newspaper. Use a couple of sheets, and all you're going to do is line the outside of the basket with the newspaper. And the reason why we use newspaper is because it just helps with the heat, because with the black bag, obviously it's going to absorb a lot of heat, and the soil inside here, when we do put it in, could really get to very high temperatures, which is not good for the potatoes. So by doing this, it just helps it along a bit. Take a few more, and you're going to do that all the way around your laundry basket. Perfect. Now open up the black bin bag, and you want to just grab the edges, put it over the edges of the newspaper, and this is the only tricky part about it. And then you start folding it, and you're going to fold and turn it, put it on the edge and fold it. And you want to do that going down to at least so that only 1/3 of your laundry basket is covered. Good. Get the effect, see what's happening. Right, now all you're going to need to do is in the bottom of your black plastic bag is just make a few holes, and that's obviously for drainage. Don't forget that, or else you will have no potatoes, I promise you that. And then over here I've got a good mixture of potting soil and compost, 50-50 mix, and we're going to fill that in. There we go. That's the one. Lovely stuff. And then we just firm it down. All right, you can see that I haven't filled my potting soil and compost mix all the way to the top of the black bag, and that's because I'm going to be doing this. Adding in a handful of superphosphate and a handful of organic pellets. Take a little spade, mix it in. Okay, my hand's stuck in there. Right, now that that is mixed in, now this is where these little special guys come into play. Now, I'm sure that almost every one of you watching this have had this happen to some potatoes in your veggie drawer at some point. And that's great, because this is just what we want. So you're going to take your little sprouting potatoes, and in an average laundry basket this size, you are going to put 3 potatoes in. 1, 2, 3 in a little triangle. Once they are like that, nicely evenly spaced, then what we're going to do is take the rest of our mixture and just cover them up. Now, we're covering them with approximately 5 centimeters of our mixture. We don't want to cover them any more than that. Cover them up, firm them down. Right, so it ends up looking like that. Firm it down nicely. And then what we're going to do is give it a good watering. And we're going to leave these guys in a nice sunny spot, because that's what potatoes need. Really good sunny spot. And within a week, these little guys, these shoots, are already going to start shooting through. And then as they start shooting, so you then start unfolding your black plastic with your newspaper and you add a little bit more soil, because that's how potatoes grow. You need to heap them up. So you unfold and you cover, just so that the little stalk is just sticking out. So a little bit of the green stalk. So as it starts growing, cover it up till the little green stalk is sticking out. And then you do that and you do that till you get right to the top. And as you're going along, what I want you to do is add a few more holes in the side of the black plastic bag, because potatoes need really good drainage. So as you're going along, you're unfolding, adding more heaps, more heaps. When your soil gets right to the top and your potatoes are now shooting out, the green is shooting out over here, it's at that point that you leave it. And you carry on watering them, let them flower, because potatoes flower just like any plant. And once they're flowered and they die down, that's where I'm going to pick up with you next time. All right, folks, so about a week ago, you remember we planted the little seedling potatoes inside here, and now they've already started germinating and started pushing through. At this point, all you're going to need to do, as we mentioned, is take some good compost and you're going to start filling in. And as they start growing, so you're just going to carry on filling in and filling in all the way around them, just like that. And as you need to, so you'll then start unrolling your black plastic with the paper. And when it gets to the top, then you leave it and you let them flower. When they finish flowering and the green part has turned brown and died down, well, that's when you take your basket, empty it out onto the ground, and out come your brand new baby potatoes. There is another way, of course, of growing potatoes, and that's if you're growing them in the ground like this. Now, we've already planted these guys. They're up, they are looking gorgeous. But now we need to start packing them and making sure that there's enough soil around them so that we can get a really good crop. So what we're going to do is the following. We've cut a whole lot of planks, which are going to go on the edge. Now, you don't need to use planks. You could use bricks. You could use a bit of corrugated iron that's lying around the garden. Really anything that's just going to be able to hold the soil. The other way, of course, is that if you've got loads of space, is that you could just plant them quite spaced apart and then simply just heap the soil around it. It's way easier to do it this way, because then you get a big crop all going, looking good. We've just got some pieces of timber that we found lying around in the shed, and we're just going to pop one here and all the way around. The idea here is that as they're growing, so you want to make sure that you can fill them up to encourage them to grow even further. Pop that baby over there. And this baby here. Thanks, Garth. Now, we've got a few pegs just on the outside, because as we fill with the soil's going to push against the wood and actually just keep it in place. So, in goes the baby. Remember, we want to leave a bit of space so as they grow, so we can add a few more slats and get these guys as tall as possible. Brilliant. All right, guys, so we're ready for the next step, and this is where you either take some good garden soil or a mixture of compost and potting soil, and all you're going to do is add it in between your growing shoots. Hold them nice and gently and just feed it through and get it quite high, just so that these stems are just sticking out. Because then what it does is it forces the potato to shoot higher and grow higher. And remember, wherever there's stem, there's the potential for more potatoes to grow. That's why we pack it higher and higher and higher. When you get to about 1.5 feet, or probably say 0.5 meters, at that point you can then leave it and then let the potato flower. Once it's flowered, as I said, let it die back. Once it's died back, you can then open it up and remove all this, and you're going to get loads of fresh potatoes.